Yes.
All right. Yeah. So the story. Okay. But
Alright.
first, I'm gonna tell you why I want to tell this story. Let me spit my gum out. Okay. Let me put it back in. Okay. So
Oh.
what we're gonna talk about derogatory terms. Okay. Racism, I guess, is
Oh.
what this is about. But I mean, derogatory terms. Sex and race and pretty much anything. There's a term
Of
for it
course.
that's somewhat
And
offensive.
as two Hispanics, you and I, this is perfectly fine.
Yeah. Okay. But listen, both, at least our skin color is somewhat pale. I don't
Of
know,
course.
but carrying on. Who do you think? Okay, let's talk about the N word specifically because that's what the story's about. Um,
Ah.
who
Hey.
who do you think? Like, what race? Like, what skin color or what race do you think someone has to be for it to be justified to be offended by that word?
Well, to be offended, I feel like only black people should be offended due to the fact that
Yeah,
it is their term.
yeah. I mean that's how I feel. Same thing with someone if like I don't like I know there's like a zip or something. I don't want to say any derogatory terms. There's
Of
like
course.
something for Asians. Like I feel as though only Asians are justified to be offended by that, and anybody else who are like, oh my
Yeah.
god, you can correct somebody on using it because it's just not proper. It's it's disrespectful. But to be like offended and throw a fit over it, I feel like you would have to.
Oh, that'd be really stupid if somebody just of any color were to be offended over a word that's not even for their own kind,
So
is how I see
this
it.
like white chick in Walmart hears the word cholo and just starts like freaking out. Yeah, I mean it makes
Yeah.
sense. But so Um, I'm gonna tell the story now. We're gonna talk about my friend. We're gonna call her Tracy. Okay,
Okay.
Tracy. Right now, Tracy's adopted. Okay, Tracy never met her parents. It was she was born and then put into a home, and where she
Mhm.
spent her whole life. Her parents are fairly well off, and she's never had to really
Mhm.
deal with anything per se.
Yeah.
Well, I guess she's half black.
Mm.
Well, I think her father and mother, one of them was half black. The reason she knows that is because, well, you can kind of see it, and of course her parents told her. But um, she's lighter than my brother.
Mhm.
I guess that doesn't make sense to anybody else, but she's not. You can tell that she's a little tan, but it's not much. And her adopted brother is white, so because they're both adopted, his this brother had some friends over, and they're all white as well, and they were playing some music that I wouldn't necessarily listen to, but everybody has their own taste, And one of the
Mhm.
kids said the N word along with the music, and then Tracy continued to freak out over it. I don't, and she was like, you can't say that around me. I'm black, blah blah blah. I feel like more or less it was
Oh,
for
that's
I feel like you shouldn't use because derogatory terms are terrible, right? But I think saying you shouldn't say that or getting falsely upset over it for attention is just as bad as like using the word itself because you're using something that's terrible to like get
yeah.
attention because there's no way that she was actually offended, and if she was, it wasn't justified anyway. She's never had to deal with
I mean,
anything.
it would be better if it was more like, please don't say that word because of the fact that the kid wasn't black of some sort, and you shouldn't be using such words in general.
But
But
it's in a song too, and that's my point. Is that even if he was like saying the word casually, then I'd have a problem with it because I just don't feel like you should
yeah.
say it. But if you're going along with a song, so that's one check of it. Not necessarily being okay, but whatever. It's in a song. It's not like he was using it in a derogatory way. And
I
she's
suppose.
not black.
Overall, I feel like she could have been upset, but she shouldn't have taken it personally like that.
Yeah,
She shouldn't have been like, "Well, I'm black, so," because it's just not the case.
yeah, she's not. I don't know. Something that bothered me because it's not like it was a huge deal at the thing I went to. It was just a little bit of a buzzkill. I've been just
Yeah.
thinking about the scenario.
Because more in general, it's not necessary. I personally feel like it's not a term to really describe the blacks, but it's more like as in slavery time.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. that's an entirely different topic of like why it's not or why it is okay to use it when and where. But I don't know. As someone who's white, because I am, that's not something I really have a say in. But something I something I do find weird is so my mom is white. They're Dutch, Irish. They're my great grandmother, or I think maybe even a generation higher than that. They immigrated over here, right? Now,
Mhm.
for my dad, my grandfather is 100% Puerto Rican. Like he's dark. Like he's from
Mm.
Puerto Rico, moved here. So my dad's and my grandma's white. So my dad's like half Puerto Rican, half white, right?
Yeah.
And my mom's 100% white. So I'm 25% Puerto Rican, and so is my brother and sister. Except my brother came out looking like my father, while me and my sister are white. So we have
Mhm.
the same, like the same biology. Like we're brother and sister with the same
Mhm.
race. We're the same exact race because
But you
we're
just
from.
look different.
Yeah, I don't know. I was talking about it with him and my parents, and I was like, so would it like he's allowed to say in the world's perspective anyway, and
Yeah.
I want to hear what your opinion is on it. Just like he's allowed to say certain things that I would not, just based on the fact of his skin tone, even though we're the same exact race. I don't know,
Mm.
because I've always hated. Oh, I can say that I'm this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to say something derogatory towards Hispanics and then be like, no, my dad, my brother, and like pull out my phone and start showing pictures. That's just weird. Like
Yeah.
but at the same time, why is he okay to say it and I'm not? Just because I came out looking, you know what I mean?
Oh, kind of. But going back on to what I was saying earlier, I personally feel like it's not necessarily skin color. Well, I think it's more skin color than heritage, due to the way slavery was. As in, the darker you were, the more likely you were to become a slave.
Well, it's
And
not even.
once
Well,
again, that's
I don't
that's what the
even.
word
Well,
continue.
I guess every word has a backstory and everything, but I'm not even talking about like that one anymore. I'm just talking about any derogatory term or really anything in general.
Mm.
Like anything. Like I'm still eligible for scholarship, Hispanic scholarships, of course, because
Yeah.
they're not going to look at me and be like,
Because
ah, you're not Hispanic. But I guess for other things, like of course, I just society as a whole, we've all agreed that like he would be allowed to say other things. He would be allowed to say things I would not, just because his skin tone. I don't know. I feel like it's
mm,
backwards. We're going. I don't know. It's just. Hmm.
I feel like it all goes back to the plays on stereotyping.
It's all a big mess of what's okay now to say. You can't
Yeah.
say fat or midget or anything like that anymore. You got to start like using hand signs and stuff to communicate with people. It's weird because God
I
forbid
feel
you say
like
something wrong.
I feel like those words, since they don't have, I have a whole bunch of mixed feelings on this type of subject. But
midget,
not
I
being able to,
midget, I understand because that's I don't know if it's considered a disability, but like I'm pretty sure it is a disability. Right? I don't know. I'd have to like check that, but I don't know. It's obviously a condition that hinders them to some sort of degree. I'm guessing that the word midget probably isn't the best, so that one I would understand. Now, when it comes to like fat people and fat acceptance, that's different because the way I've looked at it is unless there's something going on, the regular person is fat because you're fat. Like it's your fault.
yeah.
Like it is your fault. You burn calories throughout the day regularly, and you eat food to help support your body's like nutrient needs, as well as giving calories for your body to burn. That's just how it works, right?
Hmm.
So when you
Yeah.
exercise and you get put on a diet, that's why you lose weight, because you're eating stuff with less calories and you're burning more calories. So the amount of you're burning is higher than the amount that you're gaining, and so you lose weight. See,
Hmm.
when that scale is on the upside, right, on the other side, you're eating more and not exercising. You know you're doing that. When you get on the scale or look in the mirror and you're like, ah, getting a little pudgier, like it's not a surprise. Like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. I feel like the fat acceptance it's stupid. Like I don't feel like you need to bully kids. I don't think anybody should be made fun of because of their weight, because especially as kids, because most of the time it is baby weight, or
Yeah.
circumstances where they can't eat healthier because of family issues and stuff like that. But like as
Hmm.
an adult, you have the choice to do whatever you want, and I feel like the fat acceptance movement is pushing more for self-love and not working towards fixing it. And so what ends up happening is that you have these people who are fat or getting fat, and there's numerous health problems to go along with obesity and overweight, and they're just being
Yeah.
told by social media, society as a whole at this point, it's okay, do what you want, love yourself. And it's not, you know
Yeah.
it's just,
It's like
I
they're
don't.
supporting the problem.
Yes, I don't think it's right. I don't.
Like there's certain things, like as you were saying, with people who are born as shorter than others, it's not necessarily their choice,
Yeah.
and as such, the word would be understandably not used. And geez, I can't really put my feelings into words.
Busy bee update. All right, mine switching over. Okay. Um,
I
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's great.
I I really like it, but I wish there were more purposes to honey. Like if you can make potions with it
Yeah,
or
it's
something like that.
something. Like the only purpose I can see for it right now is food, and it's steak is better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you can make a farm and have the same effect as bees. Except now you get food and wool and leather, and like there's just, I feel like having a farm and having an animal farm benefits you so much more than bees would. I mean, maybe having a few
Yeah.
bees to help like with the farm, but to be honest, bees don't help as much with the farm as you like. You have to put
As
them
you
in
would think.
yeah, you have to put them in a specific pattern. They don't go to pollinate those plants. They just go for flowers. You just have to hope to God, the bee god, that they go over to a flower, pollinate it, and on their way back to the hive, they go over your farm. And if they
And I mean,
do, there's only a chance that it will grow anyway. So
yeah. And as well as the fact that if you don't put a campfire under your beehive, they get rather aggressive,
they f
and
you up.
I I feel like it's a little bad to have Minecraft portrayed that way. They're like, ah, well, only if you smoke the bees will you manage to get your honey safe, which would teach children just as like a young age just a little bit more about animal cruelty in some ways.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And smoking bees is working. As far as Minecraft goes, it's expensive because I gotta use 3 logs. Come on, bro.
Man,
That's quality wood. That is 6 pieces of oak wood. Okay?
that took me at least 2 minutes to get. How dare
No, it's
you?
just I have to keep traveling because I'm something I've actually started doing is planting saplings, which is helping. Like a surprising amount. It's really
Yeah,
is.
like wood farms are a key essential part of Minecraft.
I don't know. I've never had a wood farm except now.
Oh,
Would that be a world of it showing you? Yeah,
yeah.
added a lot of saplings. I don't know. It helps. But
On that note, how many bees do you have at this point?
I have around, I think, 20, 21, 22 beehives, and I know they're all full.
Oh boy.
So 3 each, I believe, is what it is.
So that'd
So
be
like
about
63.
66 bees.
Yeah, like 63.
That's a lot of bees.
63, something higher than that around. Yeah, it is a lot of bees. What I like to do is I'll turn it to midnight, right, and they'll all go back in. I'll wait for them to all get back in, and then I turn it to noon, and they all pop out again, and it's great. But on multiple occasions, I've hit a bee, and at that
Mm.
point, I've lost. At one point, I lost a good 15 because I accidentally hit one bee while trying to break my carrot.
Oh my.
So yeah, I don't want to put it on peaceful because then it's like a little too easy. But
Yeah.
there's no mobs or anything. But I don't know. I like the way that they did bees. I like the way that they look. I like the way that they function. I think they're actually pretty dang great. Just overall, I just like you said, I wish there was more use to them other than looking cool. Like, oh, cool, you added pandas. Oh, cool, you added foxes. Oh, are bees gonna be any different? Well, technically, yes. You know, like
I mean,
they do provide like they do provide some things like honeycomb and stuff, but most of that is for looks.
another thing is with honeycomb. I mean, it's pretty cool that you can collect the honeycomb, but the only thing you can really do with the honeycomb is make a honeycomb block. And I'm not dissing the honeycomb block. I think the design's actually pretty cool, pretty unique, but it has virtually no purpose.
And no, it does have no purpose. It's literally only for construction. It's like what's an example? There's nothing as useless that I can think of at the moment, but like it really is. You make it just to look cool. That's all that is to look cool, and it serves no other purpose.
And I mean, with a honey block, which you can also use to make from honey, it only lets you go down slow. You can't climb up it, and it doesn't have the same effect as slime blocks. So that's also kind of dumb.
Yeah, I feel like everything has a use, but there's already stuff like just make ladders.
Yeah.
Or get a slime block. You know, it's just bees are inconvenient to get anyway, and I feel like for the amount of inconvenience you have to get to find a bee, wait for them to pollinate so you can get the honeycombs, and then to make your own, and then to breed the bees, and to hope to God that they get into your hive and not just disappear somewhere. It's a lot of tedious work for not a lot of outcome other than to be like bees. I don't know.
Bees.
That's how I like it. Just there needs to be more added to it, obviously.
Do you have a farm near bees on your bee world?
Yeah, big old.
Have you noticed any difference of speed as
yeah,
the crops grow?
no. It does. Just like barely anything. So what happens is that as they go, the pollen drops off. There's an actual animation. You can see it. Little bits of pollen drop off. And now when those bits of pollen hit a plant, it has a chance. Or it might be like bone meal, how you have to hit it multiple times. I wouldn't know. It might be like half a bone meal. I don't know. But I'm guessing it only has a chance to grow your thing to the next stage. I mean, it does grow faster, but only in the areas where the bees have like that certain pattern back and forth to the beehive, to the flowers, to the beehive, to the flowers. Which, I mean, I broke all the flowers in the area and put them on the other side of my farm, hoping that would help. But then, it really didn't, because now they go to whatever one's closest, right?
Yeah.
And they fight over one flower for a good 15 minutes, and then I have to go break it, and then they fight over another one. That's one thing I think they need to fix is like have a bee claim a flower and the bees have to get a different flower, or wait until the one bee's off. Because if you have I have 60 odd something bees, if I were to plant a flower right next to my where I keep my hives, not all 60, but I'm thinking a good 20 would surround that flower and just bump heads continuously until I broke it, or no one would pollinate it.
My.
It's really annoying, because then you're like, oh, I have to go break the flower. Oh, I just hit a bee. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, but the bees are dead. Oh, everything's dead. Oh, great.
I wish that when they pollinate the flowers, that it would add a little more progression to growth to them. Well, I mean, when they fly over crops and such.
I think that they should be able to
shows.
pollinate crops the way they do flowers.
Mm.
That would solve the problem immediately, and that would give it that would give them a really good purpose, a solid purpose. So if you want to farm,
just going by the game of chance.
Yeah, if you want to farm, this is what you need to do. Bees are a necessity, they help, and that would give them a lot of purpose that they don't currently have.
Yeah. Bees, but I do think that the bees' design in general it's pretty nice. But another thing I've noticed is that they're rather large. Oh,
Matthew.
Sleep, am I right?
It's going. It's going right now. We're doing it
Oh
right
man,
now. Yeah.
that's pretty epic.
How you doing?
I
Matthew.
just woke up. Basically, I woke up. I notified you. of- Notified you guys to wait, and I went to sleep.
Of
We waited,
course.
and then we were like podcast time, so we started. We were talking about Minecraft bees and what they need to add, and we talked about
What is your opinion on Minecraft bees,
racism.
Matthew?
Pretty epic. Uh, yeah,
Good one. But
Add to the conversation, Matthew.
bro, my father is right above me doing fanatic. I don't know what he's doing, but I hear banging once in a
It's the
Oh my.
bees.
while. Of course, they've invaded.
Oh, one thing I did find out is that a horse is faster than bees.
Yeah, a lot of things are faster than bees.
I
Like
don't
if
know.
you run with the bee behind you, the bee will stop following you after a while because of how fast you be.
Really? I thought bees were like insanely fast. I don't know. It all
No,
happens in a blink of an eye, and I also do have like 60 of them coming towards me. So,
because I've been trying. Like I would venture out to get a whole bunch of bees because I'd be tired of breeding them,
hmm
and like I'd get 3 bees at once, and then I would sprint all the way to my home, and I'd turn around, and they all be gone.
well,
And you could
that's
just see them. They turn around
well
and they just fly
that
away.
that's a their neutral setting's a lot slower than their angry setting.
Oh well,
Yeah,
this is
no,
true.
I was gonna say like I don't think you can outrun an angry bee. I know you can outhorse an angry bee, but it's not that much faster. You really the bee really is right behind you.
Hmm.
Oh, I guess that can segue into a story I just thought of.
All right then.
I attacked a wasp nest once.
Oh
This was
boy.
actually pretty recent. This was last year. Um,
Uh.
my neighbor is just full of great ideas. He was like, "Hey, you see that humongous wasp nest?" And I'm like, "Oh, I do." He's like, "Well, I want you to take this piece of PVC pipe and javelin throw it into that wasp nest." And I'm like, "That, may I just say, sir, what a great idea." So I'm about, uh, I'd say like a 30, 40 feet away from his house, right? It's on the back of a store,
Mhm.
and we live near stores. Yeah, like probably like 40, 50, 60 feet around that. So he opens his door to his room, to his house,
Mhm.
right? And it's a straight shot. So I get the I'm right next to the beehive, the wasp nest, whatever. I take the PVC pipe. I don't javelin throw it because I didn't trust myself, and if I would have missed, it would have chased after me, and I wouldn't have even done anything. So I
Oh.
went to whack it, and I made a hole, a big hole. I've never seen a scarier sight than a full-fledged wasp's nest, and just immediately, fume, 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 fume. They come at me, and so I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, running time, and so I'm running as fast as I possibly can, and I turn and look while running, and I can see a line of them. I ended up did and so I kept running to the house. I dove in and he shut the door and you can hear him go on the door.
Oh my.
It was really scary. I did actually get stung once on the back of my arm, but other than that, completely unscathed. And then we went out the back door because we were scared, and they were already gone by then. But we went back to check on it, and yeah, they were angry.
Oh my.
They were flying all over the place. But I don't know. It's just bees, am I right? They should add wasps, like different kinds of bees. Like you have spiders, cave spiders, like that kind of thing. I don't know.
I mean, what would wasps do?
They just be like pillagers, but bees. They would just suck. They'd be like, you know, they'd have a different model, obviously, but they'd just be like scary bees that
Hmm.
can come and hijack and kill your bees and like take over their nest and make them wasp nest, and then the wasps are bad. And if you go if you go in a certain area of their nest, they'll attack you. But if you
Hmm.
get their honeycombs, like you can make something cool out of it or something. I don't know.
On that note, I feel like the bee design's rather large.
Have you seen the spiders? I mean, they make bugs big.
Yeah, but like, it's really big.
For a bee, yeah, but then again, spiders are around the same size as a bee. Well, some spiders, you know. So, and
I
you
mean,
know,
sure, but bees are more of a passive-aggressive type of mob, while spider is
the
plain out aggressive.
well, I mean, aren't spiders the same exact thing except based? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Bees are if you hit them, they're angry. Spiders are if you hit them, you're angry. They're just also angry during the night. So I mean, they're not far off of each other as far as like who's
Mm,
big angry man.
mm, questionable.
I don't know. It's Minecraft. So
Is Matthew still here?
yeah, he's still
Matthew,
knows
pick a topic.
uh minority.
Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go.
oh God.
Imagine being a minority.
Thank you, Matthew. See, Matthew's a pure blood white male. Thank you, Matthew. Well, I am unfortunately tinted with sovereign blood. Puerto Rico.
Man.
It's part of America. I'm stupid.
Going pretty well here.
Oh yeah, the silence bits are great.
We just cut them out when it comes
Oh
time to.
yeah, of course.
I'll edit.
I definitely intend on doing that.
I'll edit, I say.
On
Matthew.
that's it. Our voices are drowned out by All Star.
Oh boy.
Don't play it. It's copyright. We'll get sued.
By who?
Darn.
YouTube. No, but
Dude.
they do check. It doesn't matter how small you are. You'll get a strike. It's funny.
You have personal experience with this.
Okay, Matthew, I never told you. So basically, I like back in 8th grade when everybody did YouTube. Like not that specific year, but everyone's like tried it, you know. And I was going pretty well. You know, I had like an upward of almost 300 subscribers, and my most viewed video was like 27,000, something around that. Basically, my brother took a few rolls of duct tape and wrapped them around my body, my bare body, and I struggled for a good while in an attempt to break out. I managed to finally do it, but I'm guessing YouTube didn't like that there was a half-naked boy, you know, being wrapped in duct tape. Whatever the reason, they said it was against the community guidelines and gave me a strike and took it off my channel. I was like, oh no. And it was like, would you like to appeal? And I was really stupid, so all I put in my appeal was, please tell me what I did. Because that was like one of the only ones I had over, you know, a few thousand, and I was really proud of it. And YouTube was like, no, you stinky animal. You farm animal.
YouTube really is going downhill, though. They're really treating the creators.
No. It's not YouTube. Not this time, anyway. I mean, YouTube is.
But recently it has been. You have a single second of a copyrighted song. Gone.
Oh, yeah, with their copyright infringement and stuff. Yeah, that's always been horrible. I don't know about recently, though. But you know about the new laws that are going into effect, right?
No.
Okay, we can talk about this. Because I know on it. Basically, I forgot what it's called. It's not... I don't remember what the laws are called. Basically, it's a bill. I believe it's a bill, anyway. It's, It was instated to protect. The whole point of it is to protect children's rights, and they're not allowed. Like, you know how it will, like, stuff uses cookies to determine like what you like or what you go to, so they can put advertisements that are based on that.
Yeah.
Well, it's illegal to do that to children. And so what these sites always do is, like, if you're over a child, first of all, in the law's eyes is I believe 12 or younger, or it might be 13 and younger, but you can't you can't take their information. So they were like, you have to be 18 years or older, but a lot of kids are lying. So they don't care. They don't care that kids are lying. They're just like, what?
You just cut out for a quick second there.
Oh, oops. They don't care that kids are lying. They're like, YouTube, you better figure it out. So basically, they sued YouTube for like a buttload of money, and they won. So now, and part of the case was, of course, YouTube has to fix its thing. And so when we were posting that just researchable video
Mhm.
earlier, it was like you have to put, is it for kids or not? And I believe if you check it for kids, what they're doing now, you get like no advertisement, like at all, right? It's really hard to make money. You can't check your channel for kids or a video for kids, or it won't get anywhere. It won't get anywhere. You have to search for the specific video, or like I think you have to search for the channel. If you flag a video, you have to for being a kid, for like being kid friendly, you have to go to the channel and then find it. And if you flag a channel for being kid friendly, I don't know how you would actually get there, but like it's really deep. Like it's really hard to get to it, really hard to watch the videos. But if you don't mark it as kid friendly, and the government or whatever this bill is, or this association, if it finds out, like if it's gonna look at the video, and if it finds it to go against their checklist, like if it finds it to be um what's the word I'm looking for, attractable for children, you can get fined, like in upwards, I believe it's like $40,000 per video. It's crazy. And so
Man.
Oh,
these people that make maybe only $50,000 a year off of YouTube, because I mean, to be honest, not everyone who makes it is actually making good money. Just because
yeah.
people watch their videos doesn't mean they have good AdSense. It doesn't mean they're in a position to where they can save money. Like it just means that people might watch their videos, but they're not getting millions of dollars. Um, I don't know. It's really dumb how they're doing it now. And so what this bill says is that it's gonna go after like creators. It's not YouTube anymore. So YouTube's trying to help by implementing that new system, but at the same time, like I don't know, it might be the end, which has been said over and over and over again for YouTube, but it's different now. Like it's always been after YouTube, like it's after specific creators now. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy. Don't post videos, you'll get fined.
I find it crazy that you get fined for posting videos.
I don't know. It's all about kids' rights, but I mean, an old 40-year-old, like a 50-year-old congressman isn't going to understand that a content creator needs to post certain things to get views. They're just going to be like, oh, it's against our checklist. You get fined.
Kids
Mm.
don't deserve rights. That includes us as well. We don't need to breathe.
Oh, wait. So, here. New. Wait, what is it? This goes for Twitch as well. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, this is not just for YouTube. It's not a bill about YouTube. It's a bill as the internet and as a whole. So I don't know.
Mm.
It's crazy. I'm trying to find the checklist right now, but like it's super stupid. It's like it's damn, like you can't use certain words and stuff. Like words like dude and bro are considered super kid friendly. So like if you have dude or bro in your title, in your like thumbnail, or if you say it too much during the video, they'll fine you.
Wait, really?
Yeah, no, the checklist is really stupid. It's like bright colored, big letters. Every thumbnail because you want people to click it. And like your people are just gonna have to start posting stuff with like plain black thumbnails. Anything that's considered attractive to the eye is considered attractive to children. Thus, for either you make your video a children's video, which means you're gonna get some money out of it, but you're gonna go, like you can't live off the amount that you would get, and
Yeah.
or you get fined for every video. And
It's
it's
time for me to leave.
goodbye, Matthew.
Oh my.
He's gone. Um. Oh yeah. Like one of the things that was because they had a meeting about it and people were asking questions and they're like, well, what if my channel is not kid friendly, but because some like let's say a channel does some ad like some sponsored videos, they're gonna want to be a lot cleaner, like no swearing and stuff like that. The problem is that that's gonna be kid friendly. That video might be considered kid friendly, right? Even though the rest of his channel, like or her channel, whatever, like they swear, they it's inappropriate, whatever. If they do an ad video where like they don't do as much as that, it's not based on channel. It's based on every single video. So some of these channels that have like thousands of videos, they can get fined for like every single one, or even a few. Like that's a lot of money. I don't know, bro. It be something, Violet. It be something.
So Connor, since we're moving on from our previous conversation, since our group mate Matthew has left us, what should we talk about?
Matthew be gone, and I'm sad. All right. A couple days ago, creepy lawn guy. Okay.
Okay.
I mow lawns because Win Dixie's like, no way. You're 15, not 16. I'm like, you right. So, yeah, I mow lawns. And I do it all over my development, and I go to different developments, whatever. I have one I have to actually do today after I get off, but whatever. It's noon right now, but a couple days ago, a new guy that I've seen, like his lawn need to be mowed before, but it's on a street I usually don't go down specifically because I got threatened on that street. So,
Oh.
2 stories for the price of one. I knocked on this guy's house, and he was like, "Hi, what do you want?" Which, first of all, is very aggressive, and I'm not I'm not gonna be dramatic about any part of this. Like this is how everything went down. I'm like, oh, I wanted to know if you wanted your lawn mowed, and he takes one step out of his door. Okay, he's not right in my face, but he's close enough to be like, no. And he's like, actually, I mow the lawns for the neighborhood. And then he lifted, or I guess like moved his shirt out of the way to reveal a pocket knife. Which, first of all, dude,
Oh.
get a firearm, because I gotta be honest, looking at your Snap-on uh, flip knife is not the most intimidating thing. But I didn't want to get hurt, so I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I pretended like not to see it because I didn't like I just I've never been in a situation like that before, like where there was
Oh?
or like an adult like really just straight up like because he would kill me. Like an adult could take me, you, and Matthew on. Like a full-grown, like
Of
healthy
course.
adult, like 22 years old, 25 years old, something like that. They could kill all of us, easy, at once. Like adults are scary. Like we don't realize just how much better at like a healthy adult would be than all of us. So and it's not like he was buff or anything, but like he had a weapon. I would have died in that moment if something
Yeah.
were to happen. So I was like, wow, I'm just gonna like run away. So that's what I did. As soon as I got off, as soon as I hit the sidewalk, I booked it. But I was down that street again a few days ago. Didn't go to that guy's house. Went to a different guy's house, and he came out, and there was smoke everywhere. You can hear PUBG playing in the background, and I'm like, all right, what a
This is
character.
my kind of house.
Yeah, what? Great. I'm looking forward to this conversation. And he goes, whoa, come on, dude, get out of the smoke. It's not good for you, not good for you, not good for you. Says it 3 times. 3 times. That exact way. I'm like, oh, no, I got it. Because when there's a talkative one. He was going to be a talkative one. So I stand there. I
Oh.
kid you not. For a good probably 7 minutes, which is a long time to stand and ask for someone to mow their lawn. He's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I can trust you. You gonna run away with the money? Just kidding. I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm like, do you want your lawn mowed or no? So, he eventually says yes. And I come back and he's like, whoa, dude, that's crazy. Didn't think you were gonna come back. I'm like, what do I look like to you? Like, geez, PUBG's still playing in the background. And he goes, man, you made me crash. I'm like, I made you crash. You took so long. not that he was gonna win anyway. He had like burnt fingers. I don't know why. Like I don't know that's probably why he did wood. His job was woodworking. He made like that
Oh,
movie Brave, how the witch makes all
yeah.
those wood carvings. That's whose
Mhm.
lawn I mowed.
Oh my.
And so eventually I got it done. He's like, "There's a little patch over there. You think you can get it?" Wait. I want you to use my lawnmower. So he takes another 15 minutes to take everything out of his shed so he can pull out this electric lawnmower. And I'm like, "All right, dude, cool." And so he plugs the battery in, and it's got like a 1 bar left. So I get half of this like 20-foot line, the last line done, and it stops. And he's like, "Nah, man, you just gotta get a little bit of an oomph." So I kick it, right? He didn't like that. He's like, "Come on, man, it's not yours." I'm like, "You told." And he comes over, and you know what he does?
What does he
He
do?
kicks it, and it still doesn't start. It's not like he. He was one of those adults. Like he was like still proud to be an adult, Like he still thought of himself as a
Yeah.
higher being because he was so early in adulthood. You know how we're sophomores and we like call
Yeah.
freshmen? Like
Mhm.
juniors and seniors don't call the freshmen because they don't care. But because we just got out of that lane, we care. And I feel like that's
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly how he was. He was like, "Come on, kid." And I'm like, "You are no more than 5 years older than me." I don't know. I mowed his lawn, and it was 20, and he gave me 15, so I had to come back the next day and talk to him again for the other 5. And that's whose lawn I have to go mow. I forgot. And I had to do it yesterday, but it was raining, and you don't mow grass while it's wet.
Oh, he's gonna yell at you for that. I
He's gonna
bet.
be like, "Come on, bro! I thought we had a deal, dude. Friday. Now it's Saturday, laid back day, trying to chill out, play PUBG day, and you're over here trying to mow my lawn day. Not cool day." I'm like, please, no more. I could die in this moment and be happy. Oh,
Mm.
I'm gonna have so much fun. Also, a house burnt
See.
down in my development.
Oh.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I knew the kids, and I mowed their lawn, so I mowed back. I was riding my bike, and I was like, "Another one bites the dust." Like, I can't mow their lawn anymore, can I? Considering half of it's like gone now. I still asked them though. They were outside
Why?
because I'm in need of money. And they're literally picking up their belongings from this totally burnt house, putting them in boxes, and I go, "Hey, you need your lawn mowed?" And they just look at me and go, "No, thank you." The dad didn't seem very happy, but the mother was just, "No, thank you." She probably thought it was special. You got anything
Hey,
you want to talk about, Violet?
I don't really have much anything personal to do with jobs due to the fact that I don't have one.
Yeah.
I babysit every once in a while for my neighbor because apparently daycare here in Florida, they'd be like, "Yeah, you don't have to bring your kids to daycare and it'll be fine." So my neighbor didn't bring his kids to daycare because he didn't really want to. And then the next time he went over and she's like, "Yeah, so those 5 days that you didn't bring your kids to daycare, you have to pay for those days." And he's like, "But you told me not to bring them." And she's like, "Yeah, but you still have to pay for it."
Oh yeah, no,
So the entitlement.
my sister does dance, and that's the same way. If she doesn't show up for like a practice or something, she still has to pay like the fine for it. It's dumb.
That's so stupid, though.
Mhm.
People in Florida be like entitled time.
Yeah. Um. Did you ever do karate?
I did for a small amount of time.
I feel like everybody's done
Not.
karate.
Mm,
I did
I did
karate.
it for like. I didn't do karate specifically. I did There was one time I did taekwondo, which I guess is a type of karate. And then there's a small amount of time I did kickboxing. And I did taekwondo because it was an after-school thing, and because my parents weren't able to pick me up on time. And I did kickboxing because my brother's like, ooh, kickboxing. And my mom's like, all right, both of you signed up for kickboxing. And I'm like, damn, I'm in kickboxing. So I did kickboxing for a week, and then my dad's like, oop, you lost custody, woman. And then I went off with my dad.
No more kickboxing.
And that was the end of that.
But like everybody's done that though, right? Everybody's done like some kind of like karate or something. I feel like that's just like a phase when you're a kid, whether you want to or not. In your case, I guess, but like everyone's done karate or something like that. Like Boy Scouts, it's kind of like Boy Scouts. Every boy anyway, like that I know,
Mm.
like most of them anyway, have at least been in like Cub Scouts because it's just something like as a kid you experience. I don't know. I know Matthew hasn't. I know you definitely haven't joined the Boy Scouts.
What do
Considering
you mean?
you're welcome now. You know about that, right? Like girls are allowed now.
Yeah, I find that kind of stupid. There's Boy Scouts and there's Girl Scouts. That's how it should be.
Yeah, but like Serenity. Okay, well, my girlfriend, right? She's been in she's not in it anymore obviously, but she was like in the she was very little, but she was in Girl Scouts, and what they did is they would have mall lock-ins, right? Where they would rent out an entire mall and they would sleep inside the mall and they'd wait for midnight and go shopping.
What the fuck?
And that's like a really like here, I'll Google it right now. Like that's a real thing. Um Girl Scout mall lock-in. Yep. Look at this. It came up. It's literally finishing for me. Girl Scout mall lock-in 2020. I don't want to look that up. Just want to look up lock.
That's
Yeah, this is a bunch of different websites. Franklin Park, a bunch of Girl Scouts mall lock-in tickets. Saturday, September at the Lincoln. Yeah, it's all over the country. Like that's what they do. Next week, I'm going camping with my Boy Scout troop, and the Girl Scouts are gonna go hang out in a mall for a night. Like,
that's
and
really dumb.
that's why I can understand why girls want to be in Boy Scouts. Because if there's some girls out there who are like, "This is stupid. Like, why would I want to spend my time doing something this unproductive when I can go learn how to be a better person?" I'm like, that makes sense, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, go to your troop, talk to your leaders, tell them what you want to do. If they don't do that, leave that troop and go to another one. You don't get to join something like boys aren't allowed in Girl Scouts, right? So like
Hmm.
I just it's and Girl Scouts have a thing like the Eagle Scout. It's not as prestigious obviously because of what Girl Scouts is, but they can make it that. Like
Mm.
I don't know. There was this girl who was like, I've sent like some odd hundreds of letters to the U.S. Congress asking them to no longer fund the Boy Scouts of America until I'm allowed in. I'm like, so you want to be in the Boy Scouts, but at the same time you don't want them to be funded anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, oh, Matthew, hello.
Is he rejoined?
He has.
Oh my.
Hello, Matthew.
Have the best audio quality, I swear.
I mean, it's all
I
right.
have to second that.
It's all right. It's all right. So, how you doing? I have a question for you. Did you ever,
What?
did you ever like take a karate class or like anything like martial arts ever?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we were just talking about how like everyone's at least done that. Now, have you ever been in like Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts?
Yeah, in Cubs.
What?
I told you a story about this kid breaking his arm.
I don't
And I
remember
was just
that.
like, whoa.
Well, yeah, we were talking about like how every boy pretty much has been in Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts, and how everyone's taken like a karate class or something. It's like
Yeah.
just one of those things as a kid that you just do. Hmm. So how's your day going, Matthew? You get all your beauty rest done?
I went to the gym at like 6. I did like an hour of cardio. Came back and I showered, slept. Here we are.
I guess so. Here we are. We've been going now for at least 50 minutes to an hour total recording time. So
That's what happened.
yeah, you've been here
I'm in
for Yeah, you're in like 5 minutes probably total.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, yeah, we gotta edit it
At least
down.
edit it down, not
Yeah,
wholly unedited.
it's on not
No.
happening. See, Matthew, when you start mentioning that you're going to the gym, I'm gonna show them a very girthy picture of you. I'm very excited.
Oh boy.
Wrong.
Be like, this is Matthew eating his eggplant. He likes his eggplant.
Tim eating before he gets some cardio done.
Always eat an eggplant before I go to the gym.
Matthew,
Yeah.
is the N word bad?
Well, I don't really see why it is not.
I had this conversation with Violet, but like I never got your opinion about it. So I have this friend named Tracy, okay? Tracy,
Is it a different choice?
huh? Yeah, it's
The
not like
N-word?
it's not the Tracy that we know. No, it's just a made up name. So, but it's a real scenario. I just don't want to use actual people's names. So Tracy's adopted, okay? Like she was born and then was put into her adopted home and has lived there her entire life. She never met her parents, right? Her parents are super well off. But here's the thing. She's just a little brown. Her mom or her dad or maybe one of her grandparents were like black or yeah, it was she said it was black. And she knows that obviously from her parents telling her stuff about her actual parents, but she has a little adopted brother, and so I went over to her house with my girlfriend, and uh, her brother had some people over, right? And they're all white, and their taste in music isn't one that I share, but whatever. Basically, to make a long story short, one of them said the N word, and she got like super offended about it, and it was like a buzzkill, and I felt like she isn't justified to be able to be upset about it. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know how dark my brother is, right? She's lighter than that.
Oh my.
Yeah.
So Connor, you're not allowed. That's how it works.
Yeah. I get that.
There's a certain level of darkness that you have to be able to say the end.
Like the SpongeBob tan scale.
Exactly.
I love that. I mean I get it. I'm looking that up, the SpongeBob tan scale. I want to see it. It's been a while.
That's one of the OG SpongeBob episodes.
Oh god, it's so gross.
Compared to the newer episodes, those were the good days.
Yeah, but Patrick looks like an old man because that's what it does to you. Oh, and he dipped himself in caramel. Yeah, SpongeBob. Are they doing a spin-off? I heard. Have you heard that? They might be doing like a Squidward
I,
spin-off.
Oh yeah. The creator, I believe, didn't want that to happen, so they waited till he was dead to do it.
Yeah, like he specifically asked, like, please don't. And now that he's dead, they're like, haha, can't tell us not to, pleb. Which is horrible, but
Exactly.
just how it is, I guess. Well, it is 12:30. All right. I think it's time, fellas. I think it's
time.
time. Time to go.
Man, we really talked about a lot of stuff today.
We did,
Didn't
Contributed the most.
of course. All right.